Before Danny Johnson, I was actually in the military, $116,000 in debt, working 50 to 60 hours a week. Our household income was only about $25,000 a year. I was stressed out and I had no time for my family. Looking for a way to improve things. September of 2005, I plugged into First Steps to Success. I came out of that event, I went from making no money in a home business to making $13,000 my very first month. I made $104,000 my first year. I walked away from my military career. This became my full-time income. I've made a six-figure income every single year. I paid off $292,000 in debt. We're completely debt-free. I would definitely recommend that you get plugged into First Steps to Success as soon as possible.
Prior to coming to First Steps to Success, my home business, we were very successful. We made over six figures, but I was working 60 to 70 hours a week. I constantly was burned out, and I hated it. I literally was ready to give it up. I came to First Steps to Success in that first event. A huge light went on. I went from working 60 to 70 hours a week to 20 hours a week, earning more money, happy, healthy, and it's great. We paid off $170,000 in debt. We went from only having one source of income, now we have 5 sources of income. And our relationship went from fighting all the time to seriously passionate and happy. If you're considering coming to First Steps to Success, don't wait. Your life won't be the same.
Prior to coming to see Danny Johnson, I was working in the corporate world and was completely stressed out. Since coming to see Danny Johnson, I have left the corporate world, started my own business, went to teaching piano, which is my passion. I love music, and have tripled my amount of students in the last month. I've also lost weight, paid off all my debt, and restored relationships with my family. So I highly recommend, if you're looking to do any of those things, that you don't hesitate for a moment when you come see Danny Johnson.
Prior to working with Danny Johnson, I lived a life of excuses. I had no idea how to manage any of my money or my time, and I lacked major business skills. I got a raise in my job. I am traveling the world. My relationships are better with my family and friends than they have ever been, and I'm actually living the dreams and the desires that I've always wanted to do. So if you're interested in any of those things, if you're interested in really making a difference in the world, if you're interested in living that life that you've always wanted to live, like, you have nothing to lose but to plug into First Steps and go to Dynasty.
Since coming to First Steps to Success in Danny Johnson's classes, I have lost 50 pounds. I'm on the way to losing 50 more. I have direction in business. I was let go of a job before. Now I've started 2 businesses. I'm incorporating one of my businesses after this trip, and I'm going to be trading, and I'm very excited about being here. And I just recommend, if you have an event coming to your area, sign up right away. Do not hesitate. Come to Danny Johnson's First Steps to Success.
Within a matter of months, our whole management team, their production and time management is just phenomenal now. I was able to write personally $28,000 through social media in one day, and in 1 week I wrote over $120,000. I don't know, but this is the ultimate leadership development training seminar you want to come to.
How you doing? You excited for this weekend with Danny? You came all the way from Great Britain?
London, yeah. Yes,
wow.
Yeah, all the way from London, yes.
Okay.
After 11 hours just to be here.
Yeah. And why did you do that? What's so important about this weekend with Danny?
Danny's teaching technique, no theories, straight to the point, lots of information and real life experience, that's why. Well, this is the best event I have ever been to, and it has changed my life. Her teaching style, her teaching method, her approach, her style, it's great, and so guaranteed.
I happened to stumble upon a live call that she did one night, and it blew me away, just the specifics that she taught. And my whole business venture started with this little script book here. And having kind of my mind polluted with all these other so-called gurus in the industry really set me up for frustration. I had experienced a whole bunch of other training. Matter of fact, I spent about $25,000 on just about every different trainer in the industry. And I made an extra $1,000 in 4 hours work. And I was like, what kind of Jedi mind tricks are in this book?
Before going to First Steps, my husband and I were living in a 600 square foot, 1-bedroom apartment, and we were swimming in debt, and we really believed this is as good as it gets. Since going to First Steps and Dynasty, my husband and I have seen huge improvements in our marriage. We have about doubled our income. We have gotten completely out of debt, and we recently purchased a 3,000 square foot beautiful home. We are so happy. And I just want to say that when I used to listen to these testimonies, I always used to think to myself, this is great for someone else, but not for me. And I'm telling you that if I can do it, anybody can do it.
It's my 33rd event, and I've paid off over $180,000 worth of debt. I have savings, invested in the silver and gold. When you invest in yourself and get out of your own way and want to change, and you start hanging with like-minded people, amazing things will happen. Get yourself registered for the next event and for Dynasty.
Prior to coming to First Steps to Success, I was very unhappy. My business had broken down. I was in massive debt. I'd been hiding in another job for 15 months, knowing I had to go back into business, but just too scared to do so. After First Steps to Success, I got on the phone, I went through my phone book of everybody I knew and told them I was starting out in consulting. And within 10 days, I was fully booked. I doubled my income. I paid off $9,000 in debt within 11 months. And all of my relationships improved. And by 9 months later, I actually got given the company I was working for. So now I've got all this opportunity. So it's just been absolutely incredible since I plugged into Danny. Everything's changed. It's phenomenal teaching and worth traveling the world for. I'd get here.
Prior to getting started with DannyJohnson.com, I was broke and unemployed. I just got out of the Marine Corps, and my mother had to pay my rent for about 2 months. I was over $1 million in debt, and I felt like there was no way out. I actually had to declare bankruptcy at that point. I got plugged into the events. I went and got a job in corporate America. In 5 minutes, I closed the interview. I went from making $38,000 a year to over $100,000 a year the first year. And today, I make over $130,000 a year. I paid off almost $50,000 in debt in 23 months. And I'm on track to make between $150,000 to $200,000 this year so far. I highly recommend if you want to increase your income, build better relationships, learn a proven success system, and have a whole lot of fun, that you get registered for the next event now.
If they can't